Hey, everybody, it's Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc. Thanks for joining me today, Sunday, April 11th. If you're just tuning in, do me a favor, type in where in the world you're joining, whether you're on LinkedIn, you're on Facebook, or you're on YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll get all those videos that I post that don't just show up on LinkedIn and or Facebook. And my LinkedIn pals, I just wanted to thank you all because so many people are telling us, oh, LinkedIn live videos are not it. You really need to do different things. And yet I still get clients who have been watching me. And one on Friday said to me, when I log in, you're everywhere. I was like, great. I'm glad to know that I am a top performer in your content world. So there's always a little bit of a lag. So do me a favor, just type in where you're joining me from in the world. We always have some interesting people, and I know we have a lot of regulars that are there. Oh, and I think Michelle made it. She's number one. So there you go. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for joining me in this morning. And do me a favor as we're waiting for everybody to come in. What's your favorite spring flower? Just type it in. What's your favorite spring flower? Hey, Heidi. Glad you're here this morning. Alex, this should be easy for you. What's your favorite spring flower? Roberta, nice. Yeah, I've been gone for 2 weeks, so thanks for jumping in. So, what's your favorite spring flower? Type it in below. That would be great. So, I'm going to be answering a lot of questions. Thanks for answering. Oh, a dianthus. I like dianthus, Alex, because I can't kill them. I love that. Barb, daffodils, excellent. Hyacinth, too much smell for me, but I appreciate the way they look, Roberta. Good idea. Rebecca, tulips, I'm hoping my red tulips come back this year. Albania, glad you're joining us here this month. They're moving too quick for me to read you all. Kara, cherry blossoms. Yeah, I gotta say, yeah. Grape hyacinth, I love that too, Heidi. Yeah. Is crocus, yeah, that's like winter is over. I love that. My favorite spring flower is the Mayflower. I don't even know what that is, Michael. So there you go. To me, I just think of the Mayflower was a ship. So there you go. Good morning, Junri from Kuwait. Glad you're here. Rainy Indiana. I keep the rain. Well, I need rain, so bring the rain over here. That's great. A lot of hyacinth, a lot of daffodils. Glad you are here joining us, everybody. So I wanted to it's been 2 weeks since we've talked. We have just taken on some of our biggest new clients with SalesRx. So I've been really busy. Do you like the shirt? The shirt is in honor of spring. A lot of people always comment on this shirt wherever I wear them. It's like, oh, look at all the little, yes, those are all dragonflies. Someday I'll tell you the story about dragonflies. All right, I'll tell you now. So I was with a client who had convinced me instead of spending a lot of time on Retail Doc, I would be the marketing director for a startup. And we took it from 5 to 133 locations. And finally I just said, I can't be both. I have to make a clean split. And so it was a big momentous decision and a lot of repercussions. It was the best thing for me. And I knew that in my heart. And so I'm in my office the last day, and I look out my window. Now, my window looked out on the bay in Long Beach, California. And there must have been, I don't know, 200 dragonflies swarming outside my window. And I told a friend of mine, and they said, that in Asian cultures, they believe that the dragonfly brings luck. And so is it a wonder that I buy dragonfly t-shirt, that I had dragonfly tiles put when I did a kitchen remake? That's always been my mantra, is to remember what that felt like. It was like nature was saying, that's right, get the hell out, let's go. So there you go. In any event, I wanted to share with you, love the shirt, thanks Heidi, that a big idea came to me today because I'm getting ready for something that you'll find out about in the newsletter tonight at 5:30, but I'm doing a 5-day challenge. It is free. It's not based on anything more than you just show up and do a little bit of work each day. So if that's interesting to you, be on the newsletter at 5:30. You'll find out. You can join. It starts on April 19th at 2 p.m. And it's all about how to build a kick-ass team that sells your merch. And I started thinking about it today because I've been doing a lot of research, and there's an awful lot of people who are trying to get employees right now. And they're talking about that the unskilled labor is the hardest to get. And I found myself really thinking about that because I think in a nutshell, that's the difference between what I work with SalesRx and the dealers I get to work with, is we are making people into skilled workers. I don't know what we believe when we use that term unskilled, but we're going to hire someone at minimum wage. We're not going to teach them anything. We expect them to do everything. And then we wonder why we're disappointed. And instead of that, you think, okay, so maybe they start with me here, but I'm going to take them there. Or we think, oh, sales or working in a retail store doesn't take much. And I can tell you, if anyone is saying that and you look around your store and you tell me your merch sells itself, which I was actually listening to a podcast the other day, and somebody was actually making this idea that, merchandise can be much more sold efficiently online and it's this and this and this. Yeah, well, talk to somebody who's got a warehouse of that stuff that they haven't been able to move. It takes a human connection. And that's really the difference I want you to think about today. Am I looking at my associates? Am I looking at my retail team like these are unskilled workers? And that shows in a lot of ways. Maybe those aren't the words you use, but it shows in that. Or are you develop them into skilled workers? Because a skilled worker is worth a lot. And people love to kick retail. Nobody makes money at retail. Bought my first house from working in retail, and I know plenty of people that make very good living working in retail. In fact, a lot of you on this call who day in and day out love the thrill of engaging a human being in a new way. So I hope that helped, David, and this is why we're here. Exactly. I knew that. So there you go. So there you have it. So I have only 4 questions today, and one of them is really an interesting one. So, well, they're all interesting, but let's get to them because I want to be very careful that I am respectful of your time because you're busy people. And it's a beautiful spring day. We're hoping for rain today. Carmen says, we're looking for new ideas to meet new customers for when we open again. So Carmen is based in the Toronto area, and they've just been locked down again. We are in another stay-at-home order. Showroom is closed to the public for at least 4 more weeks. I'd like to find creative ways to start new dialogues with potential customers. So Carmen, I'm going to give you 3. So I hope you're writing this down and just do one of them, damn it. Don't tell me, oh, well, I can't. Just do one of them or join me on the challenge. But me just coming up with ideas means nothing. Everybody's got ideas. The difference is if in my, I'm looking at doing a mastermind group in the 4th quarter, 3rd quarter, and it's not like you can just join with a check. You're going to have to join and do work and say, I'm going to take the ideas and do some of them. That's the difference between entrepreneurs who are successful and those who are wannabe. You take something and you run with it. You take whatever it gathered in you. You're with me for 20 minutes on a Sunday morning and you're like, yes, I'm going to do it, which is why we're doing the 5-day challenge starting on Monday, April 19th. I keep saying August, which is no, it's April 19th. And there'll be more details. In fact, this whole week, I'll be promoting why you should join it and everything. And it doesn't cost you anything. So Carmen, all that to say is, here's my 3 big ideas. 1, hold a webinar and teach them something. That's simple. Have some kind of a free webinar that you can promote, that you can get people involved in. But the goal is that it's interactive. So it's very much like what I'm doing. You get people to talk, you type in things, you do a poll, you get them involved. That's the key. That's why people like watching my stuff, because I'm going to throw you in, do something different, or I'm going to ask you something. And by the way, never forget, I need your love. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some kind of a love. Type in yes if you agree with my idea. That's number 1. Number 2 is do my model, which I'm about to do, which is hold a 5-day challenge. So you're a piano. I think you're a piano retailer. If you're the right Carmen I'm thinking about. Regardless, take something and say, in 5 days, I'm going to teach you X, and then break it down into what they need to know so that at the end you've got something. Here's the difference. Challenges that work are the ones that are focused on who? Them, not you. It's what did they get out of it. So that's why, I've seen a lot of people doing challenges and they're like, I'm going to give you $1 million worth of my information. So I don't give a damn about you. I care about what can I do with it. That's what matters. So that's number 2. Hold a 5-day challenge, Facebook challenge. Yeah, you got to think about it, but you're locked down. What the hell else do you got to do, right? And then number 3 is I want you to get your CRM in order. That's a customer relationship management system. HubSpot has a free one. By the way, Sherry, I know I still owe you an email. I keep thinking I'm going to get back to you, but I'm just telling you, go to HubSpot. They have a free one. There's other versions. What it is you put all of your email information, all of your customer data into it, and then you can slice and dice it so that you actually know what's resonating with them, particularly when you send out an email. So Carmen, are you on the call with me today? Give me a yes. Let me know that you heard that. You got to do one of them and type it in. All right. So type it in. What do you think of the rest of me? What's your favorite on the three? What's the three I just gave you? What's your favorite? Anybody? Type it in. What's your favorite? Ian, I've tried idea one. So that is the hold a webinar. It does. And that's why I think I would probably move if it was me. Whoop. There we go. I think I would go through and try the challenge because I think the challenge could be a really interesting way to take everything you do and put it in a new way. So consider that because let's be honest, webinars, there's not an immediate, I've got to be there as much as maybe you're going to do it such a way, but you want to build this community. That's what that's what I think you would do. Good. And HubSpot, great. A lot of you are on CRM and HubSpot would be great. And there's your answer, Sherry, to CRM questions. All right. They have a free and a paid version. You can start with a free. You don't have to worry about the paid. Sue Ann says, I find that self-care for sanity and burnout at least 10 to 30 minutes a day keeps me centered and sane. Yes, I would agree with that. I have a planner and I go play in the dirt and sit outside and just do nothing. I love that, Sue Ann. I remember you once mentioning a flower you grow. Do you still? So here you go. This is part of the reason why being authentic is so important. So I'm going to share with you that, yes, indeed, I do have a favorite flower that I grow, and these are dahlias. This is many years ago, and he looks so young and hopeful. And that is one that I took when I had a garden in California, and this is the one that I did up here in upstate New York. I love dahlias, and I get dahlias. Actually, I'll switch off to the bigger view here for you. There we go. I love dahlias because dahlias are a tuber, and they're pretty easy to grow. I'm a driver personality, so it's all about being bigger and better and all of that. And so anything that's going to give me a 12 to 14 inch bloom that's going to make people jealous, I am all over it. And it's pretty easy, but I get it naturally because my granddaddy was a dahlia lover, and my grandfather was what was he? He was like the Church of the Brethren. He was in charge of religious education for many years, taught at Bridgewater College in Virginia. I know several of you in the Shenandoah Valley. And Granddaddy was the kindest man in my entire life. I hope I can live up to his generosity and compassion. And he was a simple guy. And at 60, meaning he didn't have I have to have the car and the house. I just want a family and do what I want. So when he turned 60, he says, I'm done having a farm, a garden for just eating. This time I'm going to make a garden just for me. And so he planted all these dahlias, and Granddaddy lives in Virginia. So he would, you have to lift them up in the winter or they'll freeze. So he would take them all in and he would write the name on, and he would be so proud of it. He had no ego, like the opposite of me. And yet he would do all of this and have garden tours where he'd have 300 or 400 people in his garden on a Sunday after church or a Saturday to see it. Now, when I say he grew a lot of dahlias, that's Granddaddy's dahlia garden. Yeah. And he did that when he turned 60. So there's that. So do I still grow dahlias? Unfortunately, deer love dahlias. So I've had to replace that with daffodils and bee balm here in upstate New York. So there's my little moment to share with you about what makes that. And I will give you a tip that if you're growing dahlias, the key is when you plant them, you only cover them with a little bit of dirt. And as they grow up, you keep adding the dirt, and make sure whatever you do, you don't miracle grow dahlias ever. You want to use the better for blooms. You want that middle number higher than the first. Otherwise, you get all green and no flower. So thanks for taking me into that interesting direction. And Sue Ann, I think you were rallying to my call. Give me a question, daggone it. All right. So Nancy says, Nancy's a very serious question. All right. We are a retail store and pay 3% commission plus an hourly on every sale, which is great, Nancy. A few salespeople, goes back to skilled labor. You're rewarding being more skilled. A few salespeople are so competitive, they think even if they make eye contact with an incoming person while they're busy, it's their customer, and much distress is caused to the other employees that were not with customers that were in the process of approaching the customer in person. An aggressive employee was terminated, but the commission system is still causing arguments among sales staff. Nancy, if you're going to if you're going to offer a commission program, you have to be in the driver's seat. You cannot just be in the back and hope that they're all going to police themselves, because what you have pretty much said, if you want to eat, it's going to come down to the more people you handle. So a lot of people do an up system. You can certainly Google up system, where, you know, if you're with somebody, your up is gone. That's your one shot to sell somebody. You can certainly say that once somebody has a sale, then they go to the bottom, and whoever is up next, they get whoever they get till they get someone to say, you know, can you help me or something, and then their up goes. But the more detailed you make it with rules, the more it's going to backfire. The reality is you have the Wild West, and you probably have untrained employees, and they're going to try to find a way through the system. I would be that guy. I'm just telling you, because I would look at the weaker players and I was like, I'm going to get my car. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go on vacation or whatever. I'm going to do something different. So make sure that you understand that when you're going to do a commission system, it's not to just get credit for every sale. You do it because they're going to spend more time with every sale. So they're going to spend 20 minutes and build a sale into more. That's worth paying for. But if it's just they're clerking people, hi, can I help you with something? Yeah, I'm looking for a dress shirt in white. Oh, that's right over here. Oh, what are you looking for? And they think it's a matter of stealing customers, then you are way off the tracks. And that's a different discussion. So I hope that helps. But it's not their fault. You're not running the process. I don't think you have a clear idea of what it does and why, and you haven't set the guardrails up. So of course they're going to do whatever they can to get their sale, which is never good. Hey, Mwale from Ghana, I'm glad you're there today. Terry King, glad you're here today as well. Marcel, okay, that's clear, but some of employees, they are accepting do work for minimum after some time. If you're working for two people, they prefer a new person from the street and remove someone who knows what. So I think you're saying, Mashiel, I apologize, I don't know how to say your name exactly. I think you're talking about the commission system. The employee, you're telling me that sometimes two people are waiting on a customer and they have one that they prefer instead of the other guy. You know, you can go down the rabbit hole and try to go through and come up with every exception. And in this case, it's this. The reality comes down to either we're all working together or we're all islands in the middle of a desert. And if that's the way you're running your store, they're going to eat each other, because it's survival is what it feels like for the employees. And I can also tell you that no customer should ever know anyone works on commission. No word should ever be talking about that. Nobody should ever be having dollar signs in their eyes. In fact, I think if you did Google my name and dollar signs in their eyes, you'd see that's horrible. No two ways about it. For this reason, a lot of people like tell me, oh, we're above it. We don't work on commission. So you can trust us. It doesn't mean I can trust you anymore, whether I work on commission or not. It means my employer values my skill at moving the merch. But you never use those words on the sales floor. You're not better because you don't do commission. If anything, I wonder why you're not, because a commission system theoretically is just a matter of saying, we're going to give you more money if you make the business more money. And if you're not going to make the business more money and you're going to be unskilled labor, then you're probably not going to be making as much money. So the key for you would be, how do I get them in? I should probably get in sales RX. I should probably get learning to make them skilled and then reward them. But too many people love to throw up the I can't get good help. And then I look at what you're doing and I'm like, well, of course you can't. I wouldn't work for you. Who would? I want you to pick online orders. I want you to sweep the floor and wait for customers. And I'm going to pay you the princely sum of $8 an hour. And you're going to work alone most of the time. And I'm not going to give you sales training or anything else. And I'm going to be expecting you to do all of this stuff with a smile. I just think that's unreasonable. I think it's just really unreasonable. Julie says, agree, customers shouldn't know about commissions. Uncomfy as a customer. Absolutely. All right, last question comes in from Top Fan Michelle. Do you believe there's a place still for print advertising? What are the metrics to determine ROI? Michelle, unless you're representing the printing industry, I don't know any time recently that I've gotten anything in a mail from someone I don't know that I've taken action on. So there's that. If I knew you I have no problem with that, right? So if I was on your list and you mailed me something, then I'm there. I know toy stores in particular do a lot with their summer bridge programs and things like that, and wish books and all of that. That all makes sense. And gardening catalogs makes a lot of sense because I know you, and it's like, oh yeah, what do they do? It's already been curated. But I think the idea that you're going to come up with something that's going to move the needle, I would never do that. I would never recommend that myself for people that don't know you. I just don't think that the ROI is there, and it's very expensive, and it doesn't really hold out as personality. The one thing that you should get from my session today is I was authentic. I showed you about my granddaddy, showed you about me. I didn't have a script. I didn't have to go through and say, and these are the 3 things you should take. No, I'm just being me. So that should still be you, whether you're on an app or Facebook Live, et cetera. You know, some people tell me how their social engagement is going down. It's like when I look at some of these accounts, like buy this, like they've become a carnival barker. Buy this now. Oh, comment me or whatever. Comment sold. You should do this. Oh, we'll do this. You know, that might be fine, but overall, am I going to crave that? Does that feel authentic? It feels a little cheesy to me. So I don't want that to be. There you go, David. Prince supports but does not initiate. See, I love fans because they say it better than I do. I think I had one more question here. Yasir, how can we reach customers who don't answer an email when we work remotely? You have to answer, Yasir. Why aren't they answering? Why aren't they answering? You know, I will tell you this very quick story of it just happened to me. I keep thinking it's going to be a blog post, and we're not really through it yet, so I don't have but I will tell you that I had a relationship with a company for a very long time, and the recession hit in 2008, and things got off base, and then we picked it back up in 2015, and we moved really high in the organization. We were ready to launch, and then the CEO changed, and everything just like stopped, like gone. And so rather than, you know, keep going after them, they fell off my radar. Well, make a long story short, this last Friday, the day before, well, the Friday before, Good Friday, right? Friday before Easter, I decide, what the hell? I'm just going to call this guy at the corporate office. Maybe he's there, you know, or it transfers to his home line, and I can talk to him for a second just to initiate the dialogue. So I call the corporate office and I get voicemail. Now, I teach everybody, don't leave voicemail. Nobody will return voicemail. You always make sure you call. But I said, you know, I'm just going to leave him voicemail. We've had a relationship. It was 5 years ago. The guy knows me. All right, fine. So I call and I leave him a message. And I said, hey, it'd be great to catch up with you on Monday. You know, let me know, reply to an email, or I'll try you back if I don't hear in a week. It'd be great to talk to you. So there you go. On Monday, I'm in the middle of a Zoom call with 50 people, along with Linda, our director of customer success. And I just go, and my phone rings, and it's this person. It says his name. It's not the corporate. It's his personal name. So I just go, excuse me. And I said, Linda, I think you can cover it for a minute. And I turn off my video and I turn off my audio and I take the call. And lo and behold, it's his person. He goes, well, it's my personal number. Why don't you call me back after your Zoom? So I come back on. The call goes great and everything. We go to talk, and we catch up probably a half hour, and he starts saying, yeah, it'd be great for us to connect. It's great to hear from you. And he goes, we should talk again, like maybe next Friday. I go, yeah. And he goes, and I think there's other people I want on this as well. And I come to find out he's now the number 2 guy in this, I don't know, $1 trillion company. And he's put all of his lieutenants, we have 8 of them, on the call with me next Friday. All that to say is he had fallen off my radar, right? And there's a lot of reasons why that shouldn't have worked, right? It's 5-6 years old lead, spend time with the new ones. But it comes back to, if you have the relationship, you still have the relationship. And so what I want you to take from that is just call them, just do something. But we get out of this idea that, oh, they're dead to us. And it doesn't mean they're dead. It just means, let's try another way. And sometimes the most simple way is just call them. So that's my big idea for those of you who waited all the way to the end for 24 minutes. You're the ones that got the benefit of that. If you don't, if they didn't answer you the first time on an email, you certainly find another way in. But you don't keep bugging me. Like, I get emails like that. Hello, Bob. You know, it's a form thing. there's no reason for me to follow up on an email when you haven't done the time to research me. So if it's a high value client, make sure you do it. And those of you who are watching this and you have a CRM system and you know your high value customers and you know how much they've purchased, those are worth phone calls. And then maybe a text later, but they're worth a phone call. And even if they don't answer, the goal is I want to be authentic and keep in contact with them. That's what makes a difference. That's what we're talking about. Exactly. I know. Wow, indeed. I know. And that's coming up on Friday. So I'm looking forward to it. There you go. Well, with that in mind, you spent a lot of time with me today. If you like what I had to say, what's one thing you got out of our time today? Just put it in the comments below. What's one thing you got out of spending 20 minutes with the Retail Doc live? Just put it in there. You could also give me some love. You could also give me some thumbs up. Whatever comes up with it. What's one thing you got out of spending 20 minutes with me today? What's one thing? Oh, that's interesting, Julie. Salespeople do that. They say, I have the perfect item for you. Have you ever been to my store? I love that. That's great. Caroline, glad you're here from the Gulf of Mexico. Terry, my 3 tips. All right, awesome. John, always keep an open mind. Absolutely. You better believe that. Anybody else want to jump in? Come on, jump into the party. You can do it. You can do it. Dragonflies. Nice, Roberta. I appreciate that. Good. What else? Come on. Also, while I'm waiting for you to all type in, because there is a little bit of a delay when I go through StreamYard, remember the challenge details will come out tonight. It's a private Facebook group. It doesn't cost you anything. It is what we say the word free. That's right. You can go through and just join, but I just want you to do the work. I'm going to do like a 5 or 10 minute assignment each night. So the way it works is at 2 p.m. I will go live. I'll give you the information, say this is what I'm thinking, this is what you should do, et cetera, et cetera. Give you a little homework example. You do it that night, and then I'll talk about it the following morning live at 9 a.m. This is not taped. This will be in real time, real thing. Give you your kudos, your attaboys, your clarifying questions, and take the rest of the day to think about that. And then I go live at 2 o'clock with a new part, and there'll be 5 total live sessions with that. So there you go. Terry, I will put in my newsletter in the comment section below. I thought I had done that. Alex, grow the staff like a flower garden. Start with seeds and end with 10-inch flowers. Alex, that is like, that's the best. And I would say, but then you're already a fabulous, successful business. So there you go. And a SalesRx customer for I don't know how long. That's great. Michelle, I will be offering a great challenge. Oh, that I'll be offering a great challenge for you. You better believe it. And I'll be putting all my time into that. So there you go. Amanda, reminder of the UP system. Unlove the Dahlias. Fabulous. That's great. Justin, your videos always make me feel like a sales ninja. Dude, seriously? I love that. I think I may just put hashtag sales ninja. All right. So go out there. And remember, you're not selling something. Selling is nothing more than a transference of feeling. Because I feel great about something, I know I can pass that off to you, which is what's happened today when we've gone for almost a full 28 minutes. I'm Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc. Join me. Look for that email. I'll put the how to join my newsletter tonight, and plan to join me on my live challenge starting on Monday, April 19th. I'll see you then. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye.